All right, guys, welcome back to another Roddy's Reviews. Today, we got the homie. How you feeling, bro?
Sad.
Sad. I feel you. I
I
feel you.
feel empty.
I feel empty. Yeah, man. So you see the title, bro. We're going over Attack on Titan, the final episode. That was something.
Yeah, man. And
It was something. I think if I had to like put that among like the most depressing season, like the most depressing endings to anything, that's up there. That was a depressing episode.
it was all around too. Even the underlying theme of it all is that even though he sacrificed so much for his friends,
Yeah.
and we'll get to all this later on. We'll get to all this. Even though he sacrificed so much, he sacrificed himself. Spoiler warning. I'm sure you've already seen it on TikTok. I'm sure you've already seen it.
I mean,
It's kind of it goes back to that theme of the history repeating itself.
yeah, yeah,
And I
yeah.
think that's the most sad thing is that you can't exactly exterminate war and hate itself.
You
You
can't.
can prolong
You
it,
can't.
but at the end of the day, I mean, that's kind of, it's just history is going to repeat itself no matter what. People aren't going to change. You can change events, but you can't change people's
People.
hearts and
That's
people's
facts.
minds.
That's facts.
So,
And like I feel like a lot of people don't think about the fact that like you gotta think, bro, Aaron's been going through this since he was a kid. So he didn't have his mom, he didn't have his dad's gone, his mom died. So you gotta think he's this kid going along in life just full of hate. He didn't know how to guide it, he didn't know what to do. Then all of a sudden he's given these Titan powers. So then like you're getting this kid who never really got to enjoy being a kid, who's put into a world of war with this ability that no one else has, with all this stuff piled up on his back and this massive hatred for Titans when he is a Titan. I mean, it's just so much. And I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, his story is tragic no matter how it goes. Even if it ended well, it's still tragic.
yeah, I think he definitely paid a good price for, at the end of the day, he was thinking about others, and it's sad that he had the most sacrifice, but he got the least amount of freedom
Oh,
at the end of the
100%.
day. But
100%.
I think to him, I believe that the best freedom would be given that freedom to his friends and basically his family. I think
Yeah.
that was definitely the ultimate goal. I don't think that a lot of this didn't come from him wanting to free himself and himself be free. He wasn't really thinking about himself a lot of the time too, which makes it even worse when you know how the episode ended. It
Yeah. Cause I
makes it
mean,
very sad.
yeah, because I feel like Aaron just has like so much like on his back, like on his shoulders. Like he's literally trying to think about everyone but himself. If it was up to him, I mean, if we're being real, he could have just killed Reiner and called it a day. I mean, if you want to keep it a buck, if he just wanted, he just could have killed. If he didn't care so much, he could have just killed Reiner and called it a day and went on about his business, and everything would have been fine.
Yeah, but I think that also would make it trying to think about how to say this. It wouldn't exactly just be Reiner because until season 4, you really don't know who the enemy is. So like even if you did kill Reiner, you would also have an entire country that would be on your back because you didn't
Yeah,
know at the time. You didn't know until season 4 who the true
yeah.
enemy was.
And even
Uh,
now, who's the enemy? Think about it. Like who is the enemy? Like this show is really about perception. Because for the first 3 seasons, I feel like we're given this perception that the only issue is Titans.
yeah,
That's your main thing, is that you think it's all Titans
yeah.
until season 4, and they flipped it. They flipped the whole narrative. They changed everything about the view of Titans, because off the island they don't praise Titans, but I mean they use Titans to fight Titans. So they're viewing the Titans as a thing of positivity. So I don't know. It's a little bit of a different feel in that situation.
Yeah, I think perspective is everything. Even with like season 4, episode 5, when Aaron flipped the script and he attacked Marley for the first time,
Bro, that man
like
changed the whole game. He
Gabby and
changed
Aaron
everything.
were in the exact same shoes. Like
Yeah, yeah.
it's about perspective, but Aaron is being seen as Reiner.
Gabby
They
could have,
are truly the
yeah.
same person.
I like that. I like that because Gabby low key she could have had the same origin story as Aaron in a way, low
Yeah.
key, but she fortunately didn't have to go through that.
Yeah.
So as far as the season finale goes, the series finale goes, the show starts off with us, viewing the fight, obviously, where we left off at. Because I think they just now started the fight at that last special. Well, now we're actually getting into the fight. We're seeing Peak, the cart titan. She's wrapping these dynamites around the nape, and that's the biggest thing is they're gonna blow up the nape, which if you have been watching the show, blowing up the nape takes out a titan. Bada bing, bada boom,
Which
that's
can we
how it
really
goes.
can we talk about how much of a risk that was because they didn't even
Massive.
know if that's where he was at. You're literally wasting all of your arsenal on this one spot that may or may not have him in it. He could have been using Warhammer Titan
Mm-hmm.
abilities. He could have been casing himself in his ass. You know what I'm saying? Pause.
Yeah.
But that's a huge risk to take all your firepower and do that. I think that
Yeah.
was a huge risk, and you're kind of going in this blind. They didn't really know what to expect.
Yeah. So like for me, like I'm not gonna lie, I if you're gonna ask me who my top five favorite Attack on Titan characters are now, Peak is now in that conversation.
Really?
Peak is now in that conversation. Peak got that dog in her for real. I ain't gonna lie to you. Peak was out there moving.
Okay, before we get into
Moving.
the full review, since you've already seen the episode, give me your top five, and I'll try to
Top,
do my best to give you my top five.
top five characters out of the whole show.
Yeah.
All right. Five, we are going with give me Reiner.
Okay. Valid. Valid.
Four, give me we're going with Peak.
Okay. 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 That's valid too.
Two, I mean no, three, give me Aaron.
Okay. Okay.
Two is Levi.
Okay.
One is Mikasa.
Armin's not even in your top. Wow, that's criminal. That's criminal. That is
He would be six. He'd be six. He'd be six. I give you feel me.
All
Hold on. Like
right.
I
Okay.
I got hella respect for Armin. I think that
Okay.
since the first season, well, more second more second season,
Yeah.
ever since they got into the scouts and they actually started getting immersed with what Eric can do, and if you look back at it, Armin saved Aaron's ass so many times. Bro,
Yeah.
they were ready to blow dude's head off. Like they were ready to kill Aaron and say, "Yo, we not even fuck with this. Like fuck
Yeah.
that. He's a Titan, down him." But
Yeah.
Armin's like, "No, we could use him as a weapon, bro." He's like, "What better to fight a Titan than with a Titan?"
Yeah.
Which he's not wrong. So I
Because what would
mean,
they have done without Aaron's Titan?
nothing. They would have died.
Realistically.
They would have lost.
So
The show's over.
you would have sent Levi's ass for the Beast Titan, the Cart Titan, the Jaw Titan, and the Warhammer Titan. Do you think that Levi can clear every Titan that Marley has?
Levi's clearing the beast just because of Erwin.
Yeah.
He's clearing the beast Titan no matter what. Now, Jaw and Cart are a lot different because, and I think this finale kind of showed it. The Cart is a lot more powerful than people gave it credit for.
Yes.
Like she's like Peak said, that endurance is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
That endurance is crazy, bro. She's in there. Like no other Titan can literally pop out of their Titan form and pop right back into it. None of them can do that.
Yeah.
That right there in itself is the best Titan, in my opinion. If you're gonna rank the Titans, which we could do that another time, I think Cart is definitely how many Titans are there? Is it seven? Is it
There's
seven or eight?
9.
It's nine?
There's 9.
Nine. Cart's in the middle.
Yeah, I would say it's
Cart's
very,
middle.
very average. I think a lot of other ones have different perks that
Yeah.
the Cart Titan just doesn't have.
And like if I'm being honest, like they all have their own abilities, but like if I'm being real, if you're gonna look at who the weakest Titan is, you're looking
I'm
at who the
just
weakest Titan is. I mean, it's gotta be the Attack Titan.
really
Yeah, because I mean,
okay.
everyone else has abilities that like
Yeah.
the Attack Titan doesn't have anything. It's
Yeah.
not doing anything. I mean, don't get me
Yeah.
wrong. There's the strength, the durability, the fighting. There's all those great factors. But I mean, the female Titan was proven to be faster and a lot more agile. Proven. Jaw
Valid.
Titan is the only Titan that could break through Warhammer. The only one. Nothing else could break through it. The Warhammer Titan has the hardening ability that almost nobody else has. Except
Besides the female Titan.
exactly. Well, don't the Attack Titan have that as well?
Doesn't the Armor Titan have that as well, or am I just tripping?
I don't know. I feel like I'm tripping a little bit too. Then there's the Armor Titan, which speaks for itself. The
Yeah.
Colossal Titan, which kind of speaks for itself, but that would honestly be on the lower end as well. Colossal Titan's on the lower end as well.
Yeah, and I think one problem that I have with the Colossal Titan, even in the beginning,
It's too big and slow, bro. That
it's
thing's
too
just
big and slow, but also what happened to the season one Colossal Titans explosions? Have you seen how many times Armin sent a nuke to Marley or to the Attack Titan?
that's true.
Where was that at where when Bertold was using it?
Yeah, that's true because like I don't because like Bertold didn't really do that, did he?
No, he just
Yeah,
appeared on he appeared on the outside of the wall, but there was no if Bertold sent the explosion that Armin did to the founding Titan, the walls would have been completely destroyed.
that's true. He like that explosion itself could have taken out all the walls.
So why did Armin have it and not Bertold? I think that might have just been a plot hole. They might have just added in last minute to make the ending make sense because without that, you couldn't technically take out Aaron.
Yeah, because I mean, in a way, you could kind of view it as like not really a plot hole, but different Titans work differently with different users. If
Mm,
you think about it, you know,
mm,
I'm not comparing them, but this kind of showed me a little something. So you know how like in the finale, where Armin and Zeke were able to ask the past Titan holders to help them.
yes.
I look at that as my heroes with the past users of One for All,
Okay. Okay.
because you know how every person's quirk affected them differently. If
Yes.
you look at All Might and Deku, they're
Mm,
two completely different heroes with the same ability.
yeah.
So, like, how come Deku's able to harness all these quirks while All Might just had strength and the awareness?
Still
That's all
don't
he
know.
had.
I still don't know about that one. I think that
Exactly.
that's yeah.
Exactly. It doesn't make sense. So that's why I'm thinking that when it comes to the Titan holders, it's kind of the same scenario. Whereas every person, like whether you have the Titan power, it affects you differently. Maybe you're able to uncover an ability that the past holder didn't have, or maybe he didn't even know nothing about. Or maybe you're able to push that Titan power further than they could.
What if Aaron is the one that made that possible? So hear me out. Hear me out. So if Bertolt was able to use that
Mm-hmm.
and he blew the wall up, they wouldn't be able to go back and just patch a hole in it. They would have to build an entire wall.
Yeah, they have to.
So
They would have
that
to.
mission would have been unsuccessful because they wouldn't have been able to do it. All they had to
Mm-hmm.
do in that Return to Shiganshia arc was put the rock in the hole to stop the Titans from coming in.
That's it.
What if Aaron gave Armin the ability in the first place
To
to
go
be
to
able
do
to
that.
explode because that's how Aaron knew that he was going to be able to take him down.
That's
Or
valid.
I mean, does that make sense?
No, it's valid. It's very valid. Very valid.
Because Aaron is controlling the entire story, so making it to where Bertold wouldn't be able to blow them up in the very first episode, but give Armin the ability to do it because that's how Aaron knew that they were going to beat him. That's the
That's
only way
true.
that they could have beat him.
I just want to say that before we get any further, someone in the comment section is going to go crazy because I put Peak in my top 5. Let me tell you something. If
I'm
you're
going
looking,
crazy too. Comment section. Don't
if
worry.
you're
I'm going.
if you're looking at the series finale in itself, besides Levi, Armin, and Mikasa, who was the MVP?
Reiner, dude. I mean, you
You
can't
think
tell
Reiner
me
over? You think Reiner over Peak?
what did. Let's be real. What did Peak do? She take out two Titans? She took out like two Warhammer Titans, or like three
which
maybe.
is not
Reiner literally
easy.
no, it's not. But Reiner took down a dozen of them. He stopped the damn. He literally stopped the. I don't even know what you call it. The DNA, the mitochondria or whatever.
Oh,
He literally stopped
I forgot what that thing was. I don't know what you're talking about. I forget what it's called, but I know what you're
he
talking about.
literally stopped it in its tracks. You know how massive that thing is.
I
That is
mean,
the
you're
all.
not wrong.
Reiner is the only reason that Aaron didn't transform back into the Founding Titan. That's
That's
literally it.
valid. That's valid.
But I do see
That's
because
valid.
Peak definitely showed out in this episode. Now, before we move on,
But everyone
who?
knew Reiner. But everyone knew Reiner was that man before coming into it. No
Oh
one
yeah,
expected Peak to
100%.
pop off like that.
Even
Everyone
she
knew.
said it.
Yeah,
She
everyone
said it.
knew. Yeah, everyone knew Reiner was that man, and he was ready to throw hands regardless. But I bet no one expected Peak to pop off the way she did.
No,
And
Sean
they
was
needed,
like,
and they also
"You're
needed,
clapped."
and they also needed Annie too, which is a little bit different because like I feel like they didn't really give Annie the I don't know, like they didn't
The
really not
shine.
the shine, but also like didn't really appreciate her because like remember when she debuted, people was kind of scared of her, like she was a
Yeah.
real threat, and ever since she came back, it feels like meh.
Yeah, yeah.
Like
I
it's
think
like it's,
I
it's
think
like
she had been through a whole lot too, so she
that's
was
true.
kind of ready to retire basically.
Her has been asleep like Captain America for like the last 2 seasons, bro.
He was,
Sleep.
dude.
She was gone.
All she heard was Armin for 4 years. That's her hubby though. That's her
Ar-
hubby.
Armin and Am. So like they didn't show it in in the special. So did they get married in the manga?
I honestly don't know. I don't even think the end credits were a part of the manga. I think it just ended with Mikasa and Eren at the tree.
Also, it ended like that. So all the extra stuff they added was just for more of effect.
Yes. Yeah.
All right, I can respect that. I can respect that. So if we're hopping into the review plan of it all, obviously they're going to attack Eren. They're trying to take him out at the nape. Um, obviously plan didn't go well because that one Titan came up behind her, like put that spear in her back. That shit was wild. I thought I'm not gonna lie, I thought Peak was dead. I
Yeah, I
thought she
thought
was
she
dead.
was too.
I
I
thought she
honestly
was
thought she
dead.
was too.
No cap. Definitely thought she was dead. Then after that, if they keep going, then Armin gets kidnapped, which I'm not gonna say, bro. It's kind of made me laugh. Do you remember when Armin got kidnapped and they put like that gray thing in his mouth?
Yeah, he was kind of like it looked like one of them hentais, one of those tentacles. But like he took it like a champ though, did he not? He took it
I
like
was
a
like, yo,
champ.
pause. I was like, pause, bro, chill out.
Armin though, regardless, because as soon as he got kidnapped, they were like, literally, John was like, "Yo, we're screwed.
Yeah, he was like, yo, retreat, we gotta go. Because
We
as
need
soon
to
as he
be
was gone,
real."
he's like, we gotta go.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, John and Connie were definitely two. Like, if you're looking at just pure fighting, bro, they were definitely in there for real. I definitely have a lot more respect for both of them
I
after this
think I do
special.
too. Yeah.
Because like even during the show, I didn't see a lot of it, like a lot of them too much. I mean, I knew they were there, but like they definitely were a lot more credited in this episode because they needed to be. As well.
I did enjoy Jean and Reiner's relationship through this story and
Yeah,
through
yeah,
this episode, even last episode, they were John said, we're scouts, we don't know when to give up. And that's kind of deep considering he used to think they were devils.
facts,
But
facts,
they've come
100%.
full circle. They're a team now. They're like brothers. They're like John and Connie. Like
Yeah,
they're
they don't got a choice. They got to be.
yeah,
They got to be.
100%.
They got to be. And like so during all that fighting, Levi being the dog he is, because I mean, come on now,
That's
Levi being
right.
the dog he is.
That's right.
I mean, Levi's in there. I mean, as broken and scarred up as he is, bro, he's still in there making plays. He is the quarterback. Levi's the
Oh yeah,
quarterback.
100%.
Levi's the quarterback in this. He's like, yo, we got to go. And even when it was time to retreat, he was like, yo, he's like, we got to back off. He's like, if we rush this, we're dead.
Yeah.
So, I mean, even in this situation, like I said, Levi's a quarterback. He's moving. He's making all the right calls, making all the right plays. Because I mean, they're pinched. They had like what so like if you look down in the shape of the founding Titan, there was like that one part down his spine where there was like 100 Titans,
Yeah.
and there's what 6 or 7 of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not. I don't care who you are, bro. This it's not going down like that.
If Levi says we need to back out or we need to not charge in and be reckless, let's listen to him. Because
Facts, bro.
Mikasa was getting ready to go crazy, but she would have got clapped.
Oh, she would have died. She would
She
instantly.
would have
She
made
would
it.
have
She would have
left.
made it for a little bit, but after that, she would have been clapped 100%.
Yeah, for sure. And I'm just kind of looking at these notes on here on this thing right here. So like it's not that I didn't like the little story they had with the Eldians and the Marlians. Not that I didn't like it, it just felt a little kind of irrelevant.
It was very irrelevant. Now I think that um, even though they have, it's kind of circling back into the history repeats itself thing. It's like no matter what they have going on over here that Eren can stop,
Mm-hmm.
people are still going to have hate in their hearts and they're still going to see him a certain way. So
Yeah,
no matter the world is getting ready to end, but I don't want nothing to do with you dirty aliens.
facts.
You know what I
That's
mean?
pretty
And
much, yeah.
you can't change people's hearts no matter what's going on. Even if you take out the Titans, even if you take out 80% of the population, people are still going to find a way to take themselves out and take out anybody who opposes them. So
Yeah. And
like
then
it was definitely irrelevant. I definitely agree with that.
yeah, and like I'm not gonna lie, I actually forgot about Falco coming in making the save. I forgot about Falco. I
But
really forgot about him.
but that's the thing. Connie even said it. If Falco didn't come in,
They would have they were
they were
dead.
lucky. They were lucky that he could fly because if he couldn't fly, they were dead. They were done.
Yeah.
Reiner would have been dropped. He would have transformed, got trampled.
Mm-hmm.
John would have been screwed because he can't pull himself up. So he's either going to fall or he's going to stay there till he dies.
Yeah, they are.
And he wouldn't have been there. So Reiner still would have, they would have had no Titan powers.
Yeah.
You know, Gabby, the thing about I love about this final arc is that everybody has a role to play.
Yeah, you have to. Like, this isn't a, oh, I'm going to sit back and watch everything happen. No, everyone has to do their own thing. Like, whatever that thing was that held Armin, shout out to Gabby for that shot, bro.
Phase
Oh
Gabby.
my God. Bro,
Boom! She
yo,
was
bro,
going crazy.
bro, that shot was crazy, bro.
I will say it
Like,
did make me laugh a little bit whenever him and her and Levi were talking. She was like, I'll stay back here for support. And Levi's like, are you kidding me? What is that? Do you see them struggling down there?
Levi was looking at her like, bro, what are you gonna do?
Yeah, what is a 50 cal sniper rifle gonna do? You know what
She
I'm saying?
almost
Like
she almost prevented the rumbling before it fucking started. That's what happened.
she
If
almost
Zeke
did.
if Zeke didn't catch Aaron's head, oh, show over. Roll the credits.
Yeah, I know. That's how easy it could have been prevented, but it was just
she
like it all played
she
out perfectly.
Gabby literally stopped the rumbling, bro. She stopped
Yeah,
the rumbling. The reason it happened was because Zeke saved him.
yeah,
Zeke saved
exactly.
him, and they got put into the past.
Yep.
Zeke is the only reason why the rumbling effectively got off his feet.
Where are we back? Where are we in the notes? We are.
Yeah. I'm kind of jumping all over the place a little bit because like I
You're
don't want to
good. You're
I don't want to go like frame by frame to do it all
no,
because I
I got
think
you. I just want to make sure we're on the same page for
yeah.
sure.
So I was about to actually get into where Armin has like the little fight with himself, kind of. I felt like that was really good. Honestly, I don't know who the Japanese voice actor for him is, but he did a really good job. A great whoever voiced Armin in this episode did an amazing job.
Armin has the best. This is Armin's show.
Like, bro,
Aaron,
that
after the last two specials, this is Armin's show. Mikasa had her time, whatever. Reiner had her
yeah.
time, his time, whatever. This is Armin's show.
Yeah, bro, that voice acting from whoever that was, I'm not sure of his name, but he was incredible, and
100%.
fucking incredible. Like from the emotion part of it, from the crying to the yelling, the scream, he was incredible, bro. Like
Yeah.
he legit had you feeling feelings, 100%. There's no way he
Yeah.
didn't.
Mm.
And even then, like when it comes to Armin in his little dream cycle, it's kind of crazy because like even he snapped himself out of that state that he was in. It found himself back into the past. And he was effectively able to talk Zeke into standing up for himself.
Yeah.
And then all it did, and then like it's crazy how like not easily Ymir was influenced by Eren, but it's also crazy how powerful Eren was to influence her into giving him that power, but also crazy how Armin and Zeke were able to harness the past Titan holders, and get everybody together.
I was confused about that. I'm gonna be honest with you. I was a little bit
As far
confused about that.
as far as what
As far as what made the past Titans
show up.
retaliate at the time that they did, because you seen Galliard
Mm-hmm.
he was fighting the scouts. Marco or Porco, whatever that dude's name is, was fighting the scouts. The other past generations were fighting the scouts. What did Armin and Zeke say, or what happened to make them be sentient of their own Titans again?
That part I honestly couldn't tell you because I think that's where it falls into like you may need to watch it again to catch it because it might
Mm,
be one of those things that you might have maybe missed it by a second because it may be because I know for one point I looked down at my phone for something and looked back up and they were there and I was like, what the fuck just happened?
yeah,
Like what happened? But I definitely see what you're talking about because I think that part definitely helped a lot, and it was even enough to pull Zeke out of Aaron's control and
yeah,
give them back to where they was. And also Gabby hitting that shot, Mikasa attacking whatever that thing was, and getting Armin free. All those factors factor into them going to the next level of the fight.
yeah.
All those things get to the next level of the fight. So then you kind of have a situation where Armin's free, Zeke's free too, but it's crazy because we have a humanity fight going on here, and Levi doesn't give a fuck.
Oh no,
Levi
Levi.
doesn't care. Levi don't care, bro. He made a promise.
But that's the beautiful thing about it too is that remaining meeting time 9 minutes.
Oh no, I
Oh,
don't
that's
want to
not
upgrade.
good.
I don't want to upgrade. I don't want to upgrade. Oh shit, hold
Can
on.
you take two meetings and mush them together or no?
I might be able to do that I might be able to do it if I stop
You have to
it and
start a
then
new
restart it.
recording. Yeah, for
Probably,
sure.
yeah.
That's cool. It works.
All right.
Um,
I'll
well,
just keep yeah, I'll just keep a look on the time, and then we'll cut it, then restart it again.
that's a beautiful way to end Levi's story because he had so much respect for Ervin, but at the end of the day,
He
he
made a
even said
promise.
he made a promise, but he didn't regret anything. So it kind of I don't know. I feel like he still regrets it though. I feel like I don't know. I mean, I understand where he's coming from. They all have the same look in their eyes.
Mhm.
Armin, Hanji, and Ervin, but I don't know. Something still tells me he regrets it at least a little bit.
What, killing Zeke?
Or not saving Ervin
No, save it.
over saving
Oh,
Armin.
I 100% think he regrets it. I 100% do. But also, like, I think the whole course of the way the show flowed would have went a lot differently. If I'm being real, I think Aaron would have went rogue a lot sooner than he did.
Yeah,
I think that the so it's not that I think him and Mikasa would have grew apart. I don't think that, and it's not that I don't think she would have fought as hard for him. I think that a lot of other factors would have went into it, and that it would have just caused history to run differently. I think
I think so too.
because Armin, people don't realize how important Armin's part was,
Yeah,
because he had a because like Armin I'm not saying that he's not a soldier, but if you're looking at everybody else compared to him, it's not
mm,
it's not the same.
yeah,
You know, it's not the same. It's not the same at all. So you have to look at it from a point of view where it's like, okay, well, I want to make sure that everyone's good over here.
right.
But I'll get in there a fight if I have to. But he had the mind of a captain. He had the mind of a lieutenant. He had the mind to make those calls and make those plays in order for everyone to move forward. That's the thing about Mikasa. Mikasa is an amazing soldier, but she's not a leader.
Yeah,
She's not a
yeah,
leader. Not
yeah,
in the slightest bit. She's not a leader.
yeah. 100%. I
So
definitely see that.
yeah, so and it sucks, but she's not the one to make those calls because she's so impulsive that like it's her best and worst enemy.
Oh yeah, well that's just kind of
It's
an Ackerman way. That's
yeah.
kind of what they're made to do. They're made to serve and protect, who they're under. In Mika's case, it would be Aaron, but in
Mm-hmm.
Levi's case, it would be Ervin.
Yeah,
Um,
it's pretty wild, honestly.
that's just how they're manufactured. That's just how their DNA is. That's what they're
Yeah.
supposed to do. But Armin's knowledge and Armin's his common sense, like he makes that shit his strongest quality, and that's what makes him such a good leader.
Yeah, for sure, for sure, for sure. All right, let me see here. Where else are we at in the notes? So after they break out, like what's the next thing that you pretty much noticed?
Uh, where are we? So that's when all the pure titans gain sentience. That's whenever they first realize that Bertold is starting to retaliate. He's starting to fight back a little bit more. And then you see
Oh.
Galliard and you see Porco and Marcel.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there we go.
Hold on
And
real quick.
then
Hold on real quick. All right, we're back at it. Sorry for that, y'all. We had a little bit of technical difficulties. Zoom on some bullshit.
yeah, they definitely are.
Zoom on some bullshit.
So we were at the point, I think we were talking about the pure titans. We were talking about um how Bertold was fighting back. Is that where we were at?
Yeah. That sounds about right.
Yeah, that was the only thing I was confused. Well, there's a lot of kind of confusing things that if you're not 100% on the Attack on Titan history, you kind of wouldn't understand. That would be one of them. I didn't understand how they just randomly gain sentience all of a sudden.
Yeah, I wasn't. Yeah, I wasn't aware that like, because I mean, I know they said the paths is like there's no time, there's no life, there's no death, there's no really passing on. You're just there.
Yeah,
That's my understanding of that. So it's my understanding that if you are a Titan holder, you pass on to the paths. That's what it sounds like.
yeah,
And
that's definitely what it is.
so
Yeah,
if that's the case, then to me, those other Titans might have the ability to just not be summoned, but can have the ability to do whatever they want.
kind of act freely.
Yeah, like can act freely whenever they want, maybe in like a small time frame or something like that. I don't know. like I said, I don't know the behinds or lore or things like that as far as that goes of it. But I did like that part because a lot of it gave them a lot of, it gave the scouts help. It gave the scouts help and also showed how powerful the Titan power truly is.
Oh yeah, 100%.
And it showed that and they said it so many times throughout the show. There's so many things that we don't know about this power. That's one of them. We don't know
Yeah.
that we didn't know they could do that.
Yeah.
So as the episode keeps going, they eventually understand that they have to kill. I mean, they have to kill Aaron. They know that.
That's what it comes down to. They're
They
taking
like,
too much. They're taking too much stress from Aaron himself and the Titans that he keeps sending to take them out
yeah,
or to
yeah,
stop them.
yeah. They definitely have to do that. I do know that John finally reached Aaron's neck, detonated it. The head falls off, which turns into that glowing centipede thing that we were talking about earlier. We didn't really know what it was. The scouts escape on Falco. Armin does he thanks the pure Titans for coming back, and he does transform, which causes that explosion. Um, of course, Reiner and Armin come out of that. They're fine, but as we look back on it, them the Marlians and the Eldians are still having their bullshit over there. Like I said, I feel like that part was kind of not irrelevant, but it was like it's one of those things where like there's a story within a story kind of thing.
In the grand scheme of things, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't.
Even one of them said, "Well, there's nothing much we can really do." But he was like, "Well, we got to do something. We can't
Yeah,
just stand around." What did
yeah,
they do though? They didn't do anything.
nothing. They didn't shoot
They
no missiles. They didn't shoot nothing. Nothing.
It would have been different if y'all loaded the cannons
Sorry,
and
launching
took a couple of
dimensions.
shots. Yeah, but that you all they pointed that out that they're still not doing anything, but we have to try. But they never did
Did
anything.
anything? Yeah, they never
No.
did anything. So then, obviously, Aaron does turn back into a Titan, and him and Armin are about to have their fight. That's crazy. That the ending of the show is essentially Armin and Mikasa versus Aaron.
Yeah.
It's essentially the end of the show.
Yeah.
That's crazy how like everything loops back around to that. And I did notice. So when the head came off and that centipede came out, that vapor came up that started turning everybody into Titans. That was wild.
Yeah, that was very interesting, which I didn't really know a whole lot about that. I know that Connie had said something about his mom's town was affected by it.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
And I don't know how we were when were we really introduced to that? We didn't really know that was a thing until now. I don't know how the cast knew that.
Yeah, we didn't really. Yeah, we wasn't really introduced into that really. The only other time that we knew anybody could turn into Titans was when Zeke used his spinal fluid.
Yeah, when
That's
they
the
drank
only
the
other
wine.
exactly. It's the only other time we knew that they could be turned into Titans. Besides that, there wasn't really much knowledge on how to turn anybody into a Titan. Besides
No.
getting that ability, but even then, they were kind of vague on that too. You didn't know how that
Yeah.
worked at the time.
Yeah.
I will say I do like Mikasa and Armin's dreams. How Aaron kind of visited them. I think that really hits on the emotional front of everything.
Yeah.
Armin's story. Mikasa's dreams is her and Aaron living out the life that they always wanted to live out.
Now,
That's
was that a vision that Aaron had given her as he gave Armin his vision as well, where they were exploring the world? Was that Aaron's vision that he gave Mikasa
I
in
think so. I think so.
Okay.
Because for a
That
minute
makes
there,
sense.
I was kind of confused. I'm like, is this a flashback? And I was like,
Yeah.
remember that at all? So I think that is something that he just kind of gave to her in a way, which is, I mean, in hindsight, a really sweet thing to do.
Those
Um,
scenes are so important just because they
it's,
again
it's character
they
development.
yeah, it's character development. It's also emotional. You could not have played that last episode without having those types of scenes because
You had to.
the fighting itself isn't going to hold as much weight as it would with these specific scenes, especially him and Armin. I think that was definitely the best scene of the episode.
Yeah, because you gotta think the action we are invested in, but we're invested into the story. We're invested
Yeah.
into the characters of it all. We're invested into the whole grand scheme of things.
Yeah.
So, and like I even like that Armin really, well not Armin, Aaron really sat. We didn't sit him down, but like he told him the entire story, told him
Mhm.
everything, and even Aaron opened himself up to be as vulnerable as he's been throughout the whole show. The whole show, he's been this strong person who never opened up. He finally opened up at the end. He finally said how the fuck he was feeling.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
he legit said he feels like he's like he's like, I have to. He's like, I have to do this. And even what's even crazier is that Aaron knew he was gonna die. Aaron knew he
Yeah.
was gonna die, and he was just like, he's like, I have to do this. He was just like, it was one of those things where it's like, I'm gonna take one for the team. I have to do this. But also in hindsight, when he said he took out 80% of humanity, 80%,
Insane, dude.
eighty
Literally,
percent.
he left the majority of the people that were still alive were the entire was the equal amount to the population on Paradise Island.
The exact amount.
That's insane. And you have to think too, if the Titans are coming out of the walls and they're going like a path, like a circular path, that would mean that the 20% is on the other side of the world.
Yep.
You know how much freedom you would have if every every single country was wiped out except the people on the other side of the earth who might not be, as developed as we are over here. They might not have boats, they might not have planes. That's literally securing your peace and your freedom for centuries.
Yeah, yeah. And then like after they get out of those dreams, because I mean, even during those dreams, like Armin deadass blamed Aaron for everything. Blamed him for everything. He's like, this is all your fault. Every little
Yeah.
thing is your fault. And Aaron took responsibility for that shit. He's like, yeah, it is. He's like, this is 100% my fault. He's like, I did this.
Yeah.
And then when he said that the way everything was going to go is that everything was supposed to happen for a reason, and that Bertolt had to live. So he sicked that Titan on his mom. You killed your mom.
Yeah, I don't.
You killed your mom.
You killed your own mom, but he didn't know.
You created your own origin story.
Literally,
That right there is why he became who he is.
he is the author of Attack on Titan.
That's crazy. Like, bro, you literally caused all this to happen.
Yeah,
Like,
and
that's
it's so.
oh no. Did he lose? Okay,
Every
okay. There
story
you
is
are. There you
tied
are.
up.
There you are. There you are. We lost connection for a minute.
Oh,
Oh
peace.
hell. What'd you say though?
It's my internet connection's unstable too. Hold on. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you. I got you. I got
All
you.
right. I was saying that it's crazy that Attack on Titan they tie everything up.
Oh,
Every
everything,
piece of
everything.
story is tied up one way or another. That's literally the first time. That was the first episode of 100 and however many episodes there are. They literally tied that first scene or that first like 15 minutes of the show got wrapped up completely.
Literally, literally. And it's crazy that they were really able to cut back to all of that. And
Yeah.
so, of course, during the fight, Mikasa blows open, I guess, the teeth of the Titan and was able to kill him, which is crazy. Because, like, I do love how what's crazy is she didn't hesitate. I don't know if you noticed that or not. Most people will just stop and be like, "Can I really do this?" She kicked that shit down and did not hesitate to cut his head off.
And I think that kind of wraps up to what Armin was saying too about if you don't let go of anything, nothing will change.
Yeah,
If you don't make sacrifices, nothing will change. And that's kind of what Aaron was telling her too at the end is that you might have to you need to forget about me. You need to be free. And she accepted that this is what needs to happen. And I think that's powerful. I mean, that's some
no,
powerful stuff.
no, it
And
really is.
it's
It's insane that like even out of all that dark shit, there was still some humanity left in Aaron.
yeah.
There was still something left. He
Mhm.
wasn't completely just gone.
And you
And
got to
then
think too. I know he was going crazy being able to see the past, the future, everything that's going on, everything that has happened, everything that will happen. Like I was telling you last night,
yeah,
I would go crazy too. But like,
anybody would.
yeah, but I mean, you gotta find a good medium for everybody. Whether
You got
it's,
to.
it's whether you have to sacrifice yourself or not.
Yeah, yeah,
And I think that was a very good ending.
for sure, for sure. And then, of course, you know, Aaron telling Armin that everyone's going to eventually remember all those things after he's gone, which is crazy that Aaron was able to visit and pretty much say sorry to everybody.
Yeah.
That part right there is crazy. And then when Armin woke up and turned around and seen Mikasa holding his head, that shit got me.
Can we get a round of applause for Armin's voice actor this
I'm telling you, bro.
episode? I mean, that was that was peak voice acting from this show. I know there's been plenty of moments, but Armin's voice actor has shined and shined again
He went crazy.
through
He went crazy in this
countless
episode.
moments. Yeah,
They
100%.
went crazy on that episode. That
Yeah.
shit was top tier. Like I'm not joking. And of course, he and like Aaron, like Armin wiped those tears and just turned around and just he had to keep moving. And I do how like Mika said she didn't talk to nobody but him. She grabbed Aaron's head and just left. She's
Yeah.
like, I have. She's like, if I don't go, he's not gonna get a proper burial. Which is not a lie. They're gonna like want to burn his body. They're gonna burn his
Where the
body.
hell? Where did she even walk to? Didn't they get there by plane?
It took her forever to get back home.
I'm sitting here thinking about it. She would have walked. What? She would have been walking forever.
And because ain't no way her ODM gear is still good after all
She didn't have. Yeah, I don't think she had any on after. She might have, but I don't remember. But
that.
yeah, no, she wouldn't have had no gas. The gas would have been depleted by that time. But regardless of what it is, what it is. That was beautiful. I mean, that was such a beautiful thing. Armin telling Mikasa just go ahead and just go bury him,
Yeah,
rest,
yeah.
let him rest easy, and I think it was a very good wrap up to the show,
Then
100%.
everybody turning back human was, was expected. I'm very happy that happened. Then one part that got me was Levi was sitting over there by himself behind that rock, and then all the past leadership came up in front of him. It was just kind of like you did what was needed to do and gave him the salute. Oh my god, that shit was beautiful.
Yeah, it's very sad that Levi really doesn't have anybody anymore. He's got like the
He doesn't.
scouts, he's got the remaining scouts, but I mean, he doesn't have
He
what
had.
family he used to have. Like he
Yeah.
doesn't have his Armin, and he doesn't have his Mikasa. He doesn't have Aaron and Hanji.
Nope. He
He's
doesn't
just
have all
kind
those people
of
there
he's kind of
on
just
his own.
he's kind of just dealing with the kids. He's with Gabby and Connie, or Gabby and
Falco.
Falco. He's babysitting now.
Uncle Levi.
Uncle Levi, yeah, well, he ain't
Uncle
doing nothing
Levi.
now. He's
Uncle Levi.
handicapped now.
He's retired. He gotta be.
He's
It's
got to
over.
retire. But honestly, let our king Levi rest. Let him
He needs
rest.
it. He's been
Yeah,
carrying this
he
shit on his
has.
back the last 3 seasons.
He
Let that
has.
man rest. Let
He
that man
has.
rest. Name another human who took a thunder spear, took that shit,
Oh yeah, I
took that
forgot.
shit,
Oh
and ran
my
with it and got up and
god,
kept walking.
man.
Bro's a monster. He's a beast.
Through all the sacrifices this show has given, and all these characters they've taken from us, Levi stuck through, man. He's definitely the goat of this
Definitely the goat.
show.
100%.
Um,
1,000,000%.
yeah, and the last sequence that we get to in the episode is Mikasa went next to Aaron's grave. And what do you think about that part? Where's your head at?
So like I knew that was coming because like I had seen that frame in the manga before because like I googled a few things about it. So I seen that frame before, and it didn't really affect me as much as I thought it would. Then I do like the part where she was like, "I just want to see you one more time," and like that bird came and like tugged on her scarf for a minute.
Yeah,
That's crazy, and like it's also crazy that throughout all that time she never threw that scarf away. He even told her to. He said throw it away and forget about me, and she never did.
yeah,
She didn't throw that scarf away not once. She didn't even like hell when she was going to kill him. She wrapped that bitch tighter and
yeah,
ran in with it like it was nothing.
yeah.
That part to me, like there's just so many things about this show that is just incredible. It's
Very
truly
incredible.
incredible. And then the credits are rolling, and you see the flash forwards and everything like that. Like you can see she obviously moved on with someone else. Which if I read the manga right, I think she ended up
John,
marrying Jean. Yeah, she ended up marrying
John,
Jean. Yeah.
let's go, my boy. You got that dog in you. He got that dog in him for real, man. I'm happy for my boy John.
I
Not even gonna
mean,
lie.
hey man, he did what he had to do. You feel me?
He stuck through it. He got out of the friend zone real quick,
He got
man.
a
As
friend
soon as
zone, yes
Aaron
sir.
got clapped, he said, "I'm in there like swimwear."
He's your best friend's out of here. Let me be your new best friend.
But it's crazy, man, because they still went and seen him,
His grave every
throughout
time.
his grave, and the whole crew went. But like they didn't forget about Aaron, no matter what
No.
no matter what he had put them through. They knew that he meant well,
Yeah.
and I think it was very satisfying to see them go see Aaron's grave as much as they did. Even Mikasa, like
Yeah.
she literally she died there.
She died there. So
Yeah.
I couldn't tell. Did she get buried there?
It just looked like she was laying there. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I couldn't tell either. But yeah, she definitely pretty much died next to him. It seems like.
Yeah,
And then it's kind of crazy because like then it shows like everything moving forward in the world, and it kind of shows you how far behind, like kind of shows you how far back like this took place. Because
yeah,
now like we even moved into modern times to like the buildings and how civilization was, and through all that, his grave was still there.
yeah.
His grave was still there through all of that. And the last frame that you're seeing is someone else with a dog walking into the same opening that Ymir walked into as she discovered the Titan powers.
Did you notice something about that kid? I'll give you a second.
It looked like
Did
Aaron,
you did you notice what he was wearing?
the scarf.
He was wearing the scarf.
That's crazy, bro.
Now I don't know if that means anything. I don't know if that's Mikasa and
It,
John's like great grandson, but it
that's
might.
to me. If that's a descendant of Mikasa and still going back to that place, I would love a spinoff. It
I
doesn't
think that'd
need
be
one.
cool.
It doesn't need
It
one.
doesn't. No.
It doesn't need one. But I would love if they did a spinoff.
Yeah, I think it would be very cool. And
And
the thing is that they made it a point to let us know that the Titan curse is non-existent anymore. The Titan power is not existent. Sorry, I was looking at the text. I still don't understand what that end scene means because that's how Ymir found the power in the first place. I wonder if I don't know.
what if
I
Aaron
really,
like took Ymir's place in a way?
but that's a possibility. You know what? You know the very first episode is called "To You in 1,000 Years" or "To You in 2,000 Years."
Really?
What if that was 2,000 years in the future, and maybe the power manifested itself again, and this again that goes back to the cycle. History repeats itself.
Yeah, it does. Because like evidently you've seen that even though they came up out of all that, there was still another war going on, which is
Yeah,
crazy to think about.
yeah,
Another war happened and it destroyed everything.
yep.
Destroyed
And
literally everything.
they started back from square one.
Literally from square one.
Yeah,
Now we're going through all that shit all over again. I will say, I do like the new scout logo they made.
I think the scout logo is sick. I think
That
it's
shit is
very
cool. I
cool.
do like that. I do like that they rebuilt the scouts and they're moving forward in the right direction with that.
Yeah, man.
But overall, like if you had to rate it out of 10,
I think that I would give it a 9.5. I
uh,
think, yeah, go ahead.
I'm about to say 9 out of 10. So I'm
Okay.
pretty close to you.
Yeah, I do think that the second or the first special tugged on the heartstrings just a tiny bit more. I
Yeah,
think
for
we
sure.
kind of knew where we were going. They had heartfelt moments, but in terms of like casualties and kind of just where we were feeling at with the end of the last special or the
Mm-hmm.
end of the first special, it felt more emotional to me. Like we
Yeah,
just went straight from Hanji's death to the final battle,
literally,
and then we just
literally.
stopped there. I do think that the last special does have more weight to it with Aaron passing and Armin, stepping into what his role needs to be, and Mikasa knowing her place, moving on, getting married, and all that. I do think that that was a solid way to wrap it up. But I do think that I like the first special just a tiny bit more,
Okay.
a tiny bit more. I don't know why. I'm not
Well,
saying no. I'm not saying the last one's bad by no means. I think I would give the last one, the first special, a 10 out of 10.
this is kind of like a Infinity War Endgame situation.
And that's what I was gonna say too. Is it's just the fact that you're kind of left with dude. I felt empty the last special because Hanji had died. There was so much going on at once.
Yeah.
I think Hanji dying and her whole speech was sadder than about 50% of this new episode.
Respect. I can see that.
And I might get crap for that in the comment section. Comments don't roast me, whatever. It's just an opinion, but uh, definitely a solid way to end the show. He wouldn't even like the ending.
What do you mean?
He wouldn't even like the ending of how it ended. People had a problem with the part where I'm trying to think about what they had a problem with. I think it was a part of the Armin and Aaron conversation. They had problems with he was talking about how he didn't want to die and he didn't want to leave them, but he still went through and did everything that he did, Like people kind of had a I don't know. I can't really explain. I'm not 100%
Yeah.
sure what people were meaning by that, but some people didn't like the last episode. People didn't like how it ended, and I
I
might have to do a little
mean,
bit more research on that.
it ended how it was supposed to. If you're coming at it from a writing perspective of it, there's no other way to go. You
Because
like you like in the grand scheme of things, Aaron has to die.
yeah,
He has to.
if he doesn't want to
There's no
talk,
living. There's no living.
yeah, and there's no really redeeming his character either.
No, he committed genocide. Like
Yeah,
I told
there's
you yesterday,
no
he wiped out 80% of humanity. Not
yeah
just one person, not just a race of people, not just a religion of people, of the entire human race, 80%. That is billions.
millions of people.
I mean, at that time, probably millions, but still, like millions of people that he killed to
Yeah,
prove a point.
yeah.
To prove a
Basically to
point.
say, don't mess with my people.
Literally, he killed millions of people to prove a point.
Yeah.
So to let him live, no, it doesn't make sense.
No, you're exactly
Because
right.
yeah, it doesn't make sense. Because I mean, like logically, do you let somebody like that live? No, you don't. You
Can't.
don't
And how
let
do
you
you
can.
how as an author can you have somebody like that live?
You can't. And because what, two people say that's their best friend? Bro, I'm gonna cap your best friend. I'm gonna cap
Honestly,
him.
yeah.
Sorry,
I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna
be the
cap your
hero.
best
If
friend.
you're not gonna do it, I'm gonna be the hero of the
I'm
story.
gonna cap him. Sorry.
Yeah, exactly. 100%.
So
Yeah, I would definitely rate a 9.5 out of 10.
yeah, 9 out of 10 for me. I mean, out of all series finales I've seen, and I've seen some of my favorite shows come to an end, and this was insane.
Phenomenal.
From like next level animation, insane voice acting. Armin's voice actor was the goat of this whole episode. That
Yeah.
dude's crazy. Whoever he or she is, I want to assume.
Shouts out to you. I'm pretty sure it's a female.
Really? Well, I
I
can see that
think
kind of.
so.
I
I
can kind
think
of see
so.
that. I can kind of see that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was insane. It was cracked. It was crazy. It was crazy.
It was crazy.
But thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys want to see another review with me and your boy, that's the homie Trey, by the way. Go follow him go subscribe to him on YouTube. Trigger Trey Go. He does Pokemon Go shorts. How's that going, by the way?
Dude, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. It's
Hell
going
yeah,
all
let's
right.
go.
Live stream tonight, by the way. I mean, well, not by the time this is posted, but tonight. So
Tonight. Okay, tonight. As in like tonight as the recording.
as in tonight of the recording, yes, should
Yay!
be.
Yes, sir. All right. Well, until next time, guys. Thank you guys so much. Writer's Review. We're out. Deuces.
Deuces.